Human
immunodeficiency
virus
is a national concern.
So, what is HIV? HIV is a small virus that cannot be seen with the eyes unless it is made to look much bigger under a microscope. HIV is carried in the blood, male and female sex fluids, and the breast milk of an HIV-infected person. The body has tiny police cells, which are also known as CD4 cells. The police cells fight off germs that try to invade the body and cause illness. HIV attacks and kills these police cells. As more and more police cells die, it gets harder for the body to fight off germs that cause other illnesses. This makes it so that a person gets sick more and more often. Eventually, a person with HIV will get very sick, weak, and thin and may die. Once you're infected with HIV, it is carried in your body for life. However, if treated, you can live for many years, have a healthy life, and raise a family.
According to a study conducted by CNN Philippines in 2016, 9,264 cases of HIV were reported in the Philippines. 1,113 led to AIDS or autoimmune deficiency syndrome. 26 people were diagnosed per day in 2016. 9 out of 10 were asymptomatic. 63 women living with HIV were pregnant. The age range of people living with HIV, 22 were less than 15 years old. 2,625 were 15 to 24 years old. 4,921 were 25 to 34 years old. 1,510 were 35 to 49 years old. And 186 were 50 and above.
HIV gives rise to discrimination. Not everyone knows about it, even others don't care. They only recognize minor things about what HIV is, and with the little knowledge they have, which are mostly negative, they separate their brothers and sisters who are victims of this virus.
I think HIV is a national concern because it is contagious and it spreads through the body fluids. Some people may say that we do not have as many cases of HIV here in the Philippines as other countries. But at the same time, there are also many unreported cases to account for.
A person with HIV should not be discriminated for his or her disease, but instead, one must help in mitigating the rapid increase of HIV patients.
HIV is a disease that often holds misconceptions, and the most popular among these misconceptions are that you can acquire HIV through touching someone who has HIV, or you can get it through their sweat, tears, urine, or feces. But according to the website Medical News Today, that's not true, because it can only be transmitted through 3 ways, and that's through sexual transmission, perinatal transmission, and blood transmission.
HIV is a serious issue among any other issues occurring in the Philippines. However, this must be oriented to the Filipino people to further understand its nature, and that will probably generate an avenue to lessen the spreadness of this type of virus. The number of cases of HIV in the Philippines continues to rise every single day. That is why I think the government should make a program that is bringing relevant and updated information to the people, and that will provide them a level of understanding that will open people to the idea of getting themselves tested regularly and to seek for help should they test positive of the virus.
Human immunodeficiency virus is a national concern since it directly targets the body's immune system. Some people still don't know that HIV is the reason why people get AIDS or have AIDS. AIDS stands for Acquired Immunodeficiency Syndrome. It is said that once you get infected with this virus, you have to carry it all throughout your life, and it might affect the next generation.
One of the most important things to do to prevent human immunodeficiency virus is knowing your status. HIV is a very controllable disease as long as it is detected early and has not yet done major damage to your organs, especially the liver, kidneys, and brain. I hope that the government impose free HIV testing to public hospitals.
HIV is a virus. Some viruses like cold, flu goes away in a few days. However, HIV never goes away. A person who is infected with HIV is said to be HIV positive. So once a person is HIV positive, the person will forever stay HIV positive.
I guess HIV is one of the national concerns kasi most of the youth today are becoming liberated. So they're engaging into such activities, and we all know that HIV isn't curable. And most scientists nowadays is detecting different cures such as antibiotics, which mostly results into resistance to HIV. So ayun.
Hi, my name is Jeff and I'm a nurse. I'm here to talk about HIV. So, I mean answer questions about HIV. So here it goes.
Question number 1. Why HIV is a national concern?
Okay, according to WHO, HIV has been one of the disease which is reported to have increased in its growth in the past few years.
Question number 2. How does it affect the country's present and future?
Okay, HIV affects the present. For example, families who have relatives who have HIV, they tend to cope really hard, especially those who have this disease. As you know, in our country, people who have HIV are pretty much isolated. They are also discriminated due to the disease. So I think that is also affecting that.
Third question. Who are the groups most affected by this issue?
People who are in the sex trade or who are sex workers who works in bars and strip clubs. Another group which is affected is with all due respect for men who are having sex with men unprotected. That's another group. What I've read about is that DOH is conducting free our Department of Health is conducting free testing of people who are thinking to have HIV. Also, they shoulder the expenses and they want to treat it straight away.